Hey, what's up, guys? It's Elite Four Champion Nick here. Today I'm going to be doing a different kind of video for you guys. It's going to be a PSA submissions video. It's just going to be me showing you guys a couple of my favorite cards that I'm going to be grading. Not like all my favorites, but just ones that I thought had a good chance at getting like 9 to 10, and also like somewhat valuable, and also some of my favorite Pokemon. So, like I said before. It's a little bit of a mixed batch. So I just got this one a couple years ago. It's an Articuno EX. It's a full art from the Plasma Freeze. No, not Freeze. Plasma Storm. Sorry, the black and white packs. You actually can see the video where I pulled it on my channel. One of the booster boxes, I believe. So from like 2013, 2014, something like that. But yeah. So in this video, I'm just going to be describing to you guys what I think these cards are going to get graded as, and then we'll see when they get back what they actually turn out to be. And I'm going to be describing why I think they're going to get the grades that they get, or that they should be getting, in my opinion. And we'll go from there. So yeah, I decided to finally take the plunge into PSA grading. I've been wanting to for a long time. I just didn't necessarily have money lying around, and I was also really nervous about sending my cards out. But, you know, I'm like, a lot of people do it, and I can get insurance on them, so I can replace them, I guess. But they also have sentimental value, right? Because you're pulling them. But yeah. So the front of this card looks really good. There's nothing really wrong with it. I would say the issues lie on the back side here, which is the case in most of my cards, I think. For whatever reason, they're not always perfect 10s out of the packs. I think it's probably something like 20% maybe of all cards pulled straight from packs are 10s. Like, not every card is gem mint, unfortunately. So there's a little bit of white here. It's like really, really fucking hard to see with these sleeves on because they're reflecting the light and everything, and I can't really focus very well when I pull the card close to the camera. But yeah, I'm gonna say this is gonna get a 9, but I guess if they overlook it, it could get a 10. I'm not confident saying it'll get a 10. So here we go, guys. We got a Superior here. This is a secret rare from the Dragon's Exalted set. Also black and white series. Yeah, this card is fucking sweet. Like, this was my favorite starter by far from black and white, although not too impressed with the starters from that series in general. But yeah, so the front looks good again. It's a secret rare. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any gold trim. This was before they started gold trimming the secret rares, which kind of bums me out because I really like that effect, but that's okay, I guess. So again, it looks a little bit off center on the back here. You can see this right side is thicker on the border than the left border, but I don't think it's enough to warrant it losing a grade over that. They have the guidelines on PSA, like what the percentage of off centering and miscut is for it to get different grades, but you can also put that if you think it's miscut or off-centered, and they'll take that into consideration and give you a higher grade instead of knocking it down to like a really low grade just because of that. If it's a factory issue, then they'll compensate your grade for that. It won't be a 10, but it could be like a 9 or something, or like 8.5. So there's like slight white marks on the corners here. They're very hard to see. I don't think you guys can even tell. But yeah, so this might be a 9 as well. I'm not going to say it's a 10, but it definitely has a chance at a 10, I think. I think it's in better condition than the Articuno was. So here we go, my third card here. Oh, by the way, when you buy a yearly subscription to the PSA grading services, you can get either $120 one which comes with, like, they basically have the same benefits, but the $120 one gives you 6 free cards off the bat. And then the $200 one gives you 15, and I did the 200 because I have a lot of cards, and why not, right? But yeah, so I'm going to definitely be sending more in the future. Anyways, getting on with this here, guys. We have an Altaria here. It's a secret rare as well. You can tell by the gold border, and obviously it's a shiny Pokemon. Like, the color is different, and that Superior is different too. It's got blue in it. Normally they don't come in blue variety. It's just green, right? So this is from Boundaries Crossed. It's a black and white set as well. The front looks good. The back looks like it has a little bit off centering again, with the left being shorter border than the right. or like a less wide, I guess you could say. The bottom corners look good to me. There's no edge wear there. I mean, you can kind of see some white on the borders, but on the border on the top here, on the corners. But I don't think it's enough to necessarily knock it down to a 9. I'm going to say this might get a 10. I'm more confident saying this will get a 10 than the other two. So, and if it does, that's really cool because I actually didn't pull that card. My brother ended up buying it at a shop, and he gave it to me. I think we traded for something. I had like 2 of a EX or something, and I traded it to him. So, thank you to him for that. I'll definitely be letting him know if it gets something good. He doesn't really collect cards anymore, though. Not my brother Keaton. That was in the other video. It's my other brother, Ryan. So, if you're watching this, Ryan, I love you, man, and thanks for trading me that card. Anyways, moving on here. Sigalith, secret rare as well. You can tell by the gold border and the fact that, you know, he's different colored than the normal Sprite. Looks really dope. Like the drink, yeah. Anyways, I really like this card. I pulled this card as well. It's also on the channel somewhere. I don't know what the video is called. But, oh, what set is this from? Plasma Freeze, it looks like. I'm pretty sure that's what that icon is. This looks pretty good, too. There's a slight nick or two on this right top corner. Really hard to see again. Yeah, the bottoms look good. The centering looks good. So I'm going to go with a 10 on this. It could get a 9, but I'm going to go with a 10. I think this and the Altaria have the best chances of 10s so far on the stack. Here we go. By the way, I'm going to be sending these out today or tomorrow. So, well, today or Monday, because I don't think I could send them out on Sunday. But yeah, and I'll definitely be making a video showing what I get on my returns when I get them back. And it should be a 10-day turnaround, I think. 10 business days is what the estimated one is for your free cards. But yeah, also in the future, so the front of this Golurk looks pretty good. It's also secret rare from Boundaries Crossed. But yeah, so the centering's a little bit off again. The left is slightly shorter or less wide than the right. I don't think it's enough to warrant losing a grade. Once again, the edge looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Possibly a little mark here. Oh, you can't even see that. Like, you can't even see it. Well, maybe like right there. I'm not sure if you guys can see. But it's difficult. It's even difficult for me to see, especially because all the casing on these cards is a little bit misleading. It makes it look like there's marks or nicks that aren't actually there. It's just like particles in the case or the light reflecting weird or something. But yeah, I don't want to take them out and risk damaging the cards, so this will have to do. You'll definitely be able to see them easier when PSA returns them, I think. And they're in the casing. It's just one case. It's not like 2 cases where the light's getting weird. But yeah, and also I'm going to be getting a new lamp, I think, or a new light, like a high intensity one, which will be easier to see stuff from. I know that's what some other Poketubers use. So that's my plan. But anyways, we have a secret rare again. This is a Gyarados EX. I actually have 2 of these. I pulled both of them from packs, like not even booster boxes. I got really lucky. So, but yeah, I picked out the one that I thought was in better condition to send it off right away. I'm probably going to send the other one out eventually, but centering looks good on the front for the most part. Maybe a little bit more on the right, but like not really noticeable. They're not going to knock it down for that. All the fronts of these cards are pretty much immaculate, I think. So the edges up here are a little bit, there's like one white mark on each side on the tops. The bottoms look good. I don't know why. It just seems to be the top corners that are kind of screwing me right now. But I'm going to say either a 9 or a 10. I think I might go with a 9. Yeah, I'm going to go with a 9 because there's 2 marks and they're on the opposite sides of the card. But they could definitely overlook that. They're not very big, so I don't know. This is my first submission, so I'll probably have a better idea for next video. We have a Mega Kangaskhan here, EX. It's a secret rare from the Flash Fire set. Again, you can tell by the gold border and also the gold lettering here. Front immaculate as always. The back is where the problems usually lie. The centering is great. Looks like there's quite a bit of white on the edges here. Unfortunately, even it's really hard for me to show you guys this. Oh, maybe without my finger there, it's a little bit better with the black background. So it's like right there and some right there. So I'm gonna say this definitely gets a 9. And actually, there might even be one on the bottom here. Oh, I didn't see that. So I think that's a 9 for sure. 3 spots. It's got to get a 9. Hopefully not an 8. So we got a Mega Kangaskhan, or blah, not Kangaskhan. That's what I just showed. We got a Mega Charizard EX here. It's actually a Mega Y, which you can tell because he's obviously orange still, and he looks like the normal one more or less with more horns and stuff. Yeah, this is a secret rare too. It's got the gold border again. It's got the gold writing. It's fucking sick. Unfortunately, so I pulled that Mega Kangaskhan. I pulled this one too. I didn't pull the Mega Charizard EX X version of him with the blue and stuff. And that one's worth a lot more than this one, unfortunately. And it's also cooler looking, I think. So I really still want to pull that card to this day, but I haven't. So again, the front looks good. There's a little bit of white on the corner here. There's some up there too. So I'm going to say this gets a 9 as well. And like maybe a spot there. Actually, there's some on the side here too. What the fuck? I hope this gets a 9 looking at it now. It might even get an 8. Yeah, I don't know. Either an 8 or a 9. Hopefully a 9. I don't think it's got a chance at a 10, unfortunately, which really bums me out. So we got this is also from the Flash Fire set. It's a Charizard EX full art. It's really sick looking. I like his pose. I just love the fact that it's the full art version. It's just great. One of my favorite Pokemon. Yeah, also from Flash Fire, like I said. Front looks immaculate. The, well, yeah, the cut is a little weird up here. I don't know. Maybe it's just from the factory. But yeah, I got lucky. I pulled this from a single Flash Fire pack back when I stopped recording. That I got for like my birthday or Christmas or something for my mom. And it was amazing. I was so stoked. Oh my god. Because this was one of the only Flash Fire cards I didn't get that I really wanted besides the secret rare Mega X Charizard EX. But yeah. So there's like a white mark up here and here. Actually, it looks like it goes all the way across. That might be just a miscut from the factory. So I'm going to say this gets a 9. I hope it gets a 9 at least. But yeah, I don't think it's going to get a 10, which sucks. It bums me out. Like, all these are fresh out of packs, and I don't think most of them are going to get 10s, which is really unfortunate, but we'll see. I also heard that, so again, this is a nice looking card from the front. I think the centering might be a little bit off, like the border looks thicker on the right than the left, but I don't think it's enough to knock its grade down. This is a Ho-Oh EX full art from the Dragons Exalted, one of my favorite Pokemon of all time, just like Charizard. Forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so there's some white marks up here and here. I'm going to say it gets a 9, unfortunately. Yeah, it's kind of bumming me out right now. I don't think I have that many 10s. But these are some of the best cards that I have and that I've pulled recently in like recent years. So we got an Yveltal EX full art here. Looks good on the front. I guess we'll look at it for another second or two. Yep, looks good on the front. The border looks fine. Everything looks fine. The back here, it looks like there's some white edge wear on the side. I don't really know what all this comes from because like ever since like the black and white sets when I started collecting again, I've been putting stuff in sleeves and shit immediately. I don't know if it's like in the top loaders they move around and they get edge worn, or if I just got unlucky and they had edge wear outside of the pack or coming out of the pack, which is possible. I just don't know because I didn't pay that close attention before. I was just like, oh my god, I pulled it, you know, and stoked. There's a little bit of white up here and like on the side. I think this could get a 10, but I'm not totally confident saying 10. I think it's a 9 because this one right here on the side is pretty pronounced. Well, it's hard for you guys to see, but there you go. Maybe that's a better angle right there. Pretty pronounced. The stuff on top is like pretty negligible, I think, but that one might fuck me over. It might give me a 9. Here we go. We got a Lycanroc GX card here. It's a rainbow secret rare. I pulled this recently. You guys have probably seen since I started making videos again. If you haven't, you can go ahead and check out the booster box opening of the Guardians Rising. It's pretty hype. Anyways, so this looks like it could be a 10. I don't think there's anything wrong with the edges up here. Centering looks good. It's not miscut in any way. Obviously the front is great. So yeah, I'm going to say this is a 10. And if it's not, yeah. So here is his counterpart here. The same exact artwork, the same exact set. It's just not secret rare. It's the full art Lycanroc GX. Looks cool too. I like this one too. The rainbow one's going to be a pretty penny if I get a 10 on it. At least for a hot minute. So, because even though it's brand new, it still goes for a decent amount, I think, if it's PSA 10. But yeah. Front looks good. It looks pretty centered. It doesn't look miscut or anything. The back, I think it's good. There's a couple white things in here, but I think that's just like dust particles or whatever. So I think this could probably get a 10 as well. And I hope it does. Hope it does, because the populations are really low on them right now. By the way, PSA has population reports, or they just call them pop reports, basically describing how many cards have been graded, like of any card that you want to know. You can see how many have been graded and what grades they've received, which is really cool. So it gives you a sense of like how rare it really is. But yeah, I don't know if I mentioned it yet. I think I was going to, but I went off on a tangent. I'm going to probably be doing a walkthrough on how to actually submit your stuff to PSA in the future. This is my first time doing it, so I didn't want to do it this time because it's a really long and drawn-out process, and it took me even longer than it should because obviously I'm learning everything. But yeah, the next time I do a submission, I think I'll make a video, like a guide for people that are new, so it doesn't feel so overwhelming like it did for me. I think that'd be helpful for you guys if you are ever interested in jumping in. But anyways, I'm going to continue here. We got 2 more cards, including this one. This is a Primal Groudon EX from the, what's it called? Ancient Origins. Yeah, so I pulled this recently as well. You guys probably saw it since I came back a few weeks ago, like a month ago. It's fucking sick looking. It's one of my favorite new cards, honestly. The artwork is just insane. And the fact that he's shiny, it's just so cool, man. And the gold, too. I love gold. I love black. Like, they go so well together, so... Again, looks immaculate on the front. Looks a little miscut to me, honestly. Like, it looks a little crooked. It looks like really thick on the border here. Thin on the border down here. And on the side. So I actually put that it could be off-centered. Because it looks like the entire back logo is just like shifted to the left. So I put that on the submission, so because of that, it's not going to get a 10 unless it's a... Because there's a certain percentage it can be off and it's acceptable. Unless it's within that percentage, it won't get a 10. And I'm not confident saying that it's not in that percentage, so I'm going to guess it's a 9 just because of that. I don't think there's really any edge wear or anything. So I think it's going to be a 9 because of centering, which is really going to piss me off, to be honest, because like it's perfect out of the package, just that they fucked up on the centering in the factory. So hopefully it's a 10, but I think it's a good chance that it'll get a 9 because of that centering. So we'll see. All right, guys, the last card here. This one's really sick. I actually did not pull this. I bought it a couple years ago. But it's in really good condition, and it's a first edition Shining Kabutops from the Neo Destiny set. This thing is fucking awesome. Like, if you've never seen this, it's dope, dude. This is the first time they made the holographics, like not the background, it's the actual character itself. You can see it shines. Oh my god, like it's unreal, dude. Yeah, of course it's first edition, so it's like even more rare. But yeah. Centering looks good. There's like there's nothing really on the front here that would cause any concern unless there's scratching in the hollow, but I don't think there is. It's also like impossible to tell now that it's in the case. Can't really see if the scratching's on the case or the card when it's in a case, but I don't think it's really scratched there. And I also heard that if it's an older card, they're more lenient with the grading. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm gonna hope it is, because if it is, I think this could get a 10. I really do, guys. There's no off centering on the back here. There's no edge wear down here on the sides, not on the corner here. There might be like one or two little tiny marks here, but you can't even see it in the video. So I'm gonna say this is a 10, and I honestly hope it is. If it isn't, I'm gonna be disappointed, but it should at least be a 9 for sure. Like, there's no way it's not a 9. So I think it's a 10, and that's gonna be sick. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up the video today, guys. I really appreciate you guys watching. Leave a comment. Tell me, what your experience is with grading, if you've done it before or if you're interested. And let me know if you do want me to make more videos like this, and also if you would like a guide on how to set up your PSA account and get the membership or anything like that, which I think I'm going to do that anyways, just because I'm pretty sure it's useful information, and I don't want people to feel overwhelmed like I did. But yeah, other than that, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm definitely going to be grading more cards in the future. And have a good one, guys. And peace out. Bell Sprout.